my foodies, it's Chef here. I'm about to make some banana bread, so I thought I would chuck on my whites and show you guys what I'm doing here, seeing as it seems like everybody's getting their banana bread, banana cake baking on in isolation. I once wrote a little short blog post about the difference between banana cake and banana bread because I came to the conclusion that they are the same thing. It's just the shape of the tin. There really is no other difference. There is, I mean, if you follow banana cake versus banana bread, often there are the stages of the recipe are in different order, but really the ingredients are the same. So I'm saying it's all about the shape of the tin. So we're going to do a loaf tin, which is how we have it. So this we have a banana cake recipe in our Keto Cakes book, and this is the recipe we're going to be following. So I'm just going to talk you through it, and then you can follow along at home, and maybe you can bake some and come into our Facebook group and show us your banana cake / banana bread. The other difference as well is banana bread often is served like with butter, and banana cake often has icing on it. So I am going to make the icing today because it's delicious, a beautiful cream cheese icing. So in the book, the first step is to be whipping the egg whites, but I don't have any powdered sweetener at the moment. I'm going to make it. So I'm going to jump ahead to that one stage of the icing recipe, just set it aside, so then that way I don't have to wash the bowl throughout the whole recipe. So we're going to just start with the 40 grams of sweetener. I'm using naturally sweet erythritol. And we're just going to mill that for 10 seconds on speed 9. 20 seconds. Oh, we're going to get it super fine. 20 seconds on speed 9. Just to mill that to icing sugar. Ready for the sweetener. Give the lid a tap, just to knock off the icing sugar. But one of the reasons it's great to do this now is because we're going to move straight on to the next step, which is adding the sweetener. So we don't need to let dust, it's like smoke, but it's just the fine sugar dust. Just going to set that aside. Alright, doesn't matter if there's a little bit remaining, because the next thing we're doing is putting in 50 grams of sweetener. So we're moving straight onto the cake now, and this is 50 grams. I've already weighed it out, otherwise of course I would just put the scales on. And we need 4 egg whites, and we're going to set aside the yolks for later. So just going to separate those real quick. Actually, I'm going to drop the whites straight in. So long as I don't stuff it up, that will be embarrassing. Yes, there are many methods for separating. There's even tools, but this is just my default method. It's how I always do it. Oh look, and that one, see, it doesn't always work. Sometimes the yolk does get caught on a bit of the shell. If that happens, don't stress about getting all of the white out. So there's a little bit of white left in there. Just put that in with the yolks, because I don't want to risk getting the yolks in with the whites, because that fat will affect how nicely your egg whites whip up. So if you have a choice, go the other way and add extra white to the yolks. Don't risk it. Okay. We're going to insert the butterfly. Oh, pinch of cream of tartar. Now, many of you in isolation haven't been able to get a hold of this. I know the baking aisle is completely empty. It's just a pinch, and it just helps to stabilize the protein in the egg whites. It's not essential, it works without, so if you don't have any, leave it out. Or you can add a little squeeze of lemon juice, about a 1/4 teaspoon. There's my lid. There's my lid. Okay, we're going to do 2 minutes, speed 3, MC off so it can pull in as much air. Oh, I didn't put the butterfly in. 2 minutes. Speed 3. So as it turns out, and this is definitely not the first time this has happened, I can't even follow my own recipes. I was supposed to whip the egg whites without the sweetener and then add the sweetener. So add the sweetener now and then do 2 more minutes. They're whipped up nicely anyway, it really doesn't matter. The recipes are very forgiving. People are always forgetting yolks and doing things around the wrong way. It still works. 2 minutes. This time, and I can do another dance. No more dancing, chef. No more dancing. I also forgot the first step, the very first step, which is to preheat the oven. So I'm going to turn the oven on now. 160. 150. Oh, I'm hopeless. This is why I need Daniela here, reading a recipe out for me. Daniela, I miss you in isolation. I need you here. I'm going to check the next step now, so that, oh yeah, line the tin. 40 seconds, we've got time. Oh no, so I'm going to use this silicone tin, so you don't need to line that. That doesn't, and I've got this, I find you don't even need really to grease it, but I have this in the cupboard and I never use it. So I'm just going to spray the bottom just to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom, because it's got that ripply sort of shape. Okay, tin lined. Don't use your giant bread tins for this, it's too big. You want this or smaller. So that's this shape, 20 centimetre. Stop. Beautiful. Look at that, lovely. If your egg whites don't whip up, could be that there was a bit of grease in the bowl, stuck under the blades or something. You can do a vinegar wash, but every time I use these bowls, I pull them apart and I usually put them in the dishwasher, so I know they come out without a trace of oil. So I don't do the vinegar wash. But if I know some people don't like to pull the bowls apart. So yes, you can do a vinegar wash. So just look up Thermomix vinegar wash. We don't have one, it's just vinegar and water, and you're just washing the bowls. So I'm just going to remove those and set them aside. Okay. That'll do. Whatever's left is fine. And the next step is add all the ingredients. So for those of you that don't have this recipe, that is 170 grams of almond meal, the 4 egg yolks, don't forget those, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, I think it's 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract or essence. This is the one that I like. This is an alcohol based one, so there's no carbs in it. The green label one of these is glucose based. But to be on the safe side, because I didn't know which one you would buy, I always factor in the glucose based one into the nutritional panel. So if you are using the alcohol based one, you know that you've got 0.2 grams less carbs per slice, or something. I'm just making that up off the top of my head. 100 grams of salted butter and 100 grams of cream cheese. I'm checking to make sure I got all that right. Oh, and banana. I forgot to get the banana. All right. I gotta get a banana. Oh, goodness me. Banana bread without banana. Where would we be? Now, I'm just gonna check. Yes, add all ingredients. So we're going to just do 80 grams of banana, and the rest you can just freeze. I just peel it, freeze it. Got a bag of frozen bananas. Kids love eating them. Might be most of this anyway by the looks of it. Yeah, of course the really ripe ones are better for this recipe. You get a stronger banana flavour. Well, there you go. One small-ish to medium-sized banana was exactly 80 grams. 170 almond meal. 4 yolks. 100 cream cheese. Don't use the softened, spreadable, 100 salted butter. If you only have unsalted, just add a quarter teaspoon of salt. 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. A note about teaspoons while we're here. All of our recipes follow the Australian tablespoon quantity. Australian tablespoon is 20 mils, which is 4 teaspoons. So if you have an American set, like I have, purchased right here down the road in Morley, you can, they have them right, you go to kitchen shops and they just have mixture of 15 and 20s right there. It can be quite confusing, really, for people who then want to go home and follow a recipe that says tablespoon. So for our recipes, if you have that, just always do 4 teaspoons. I've started writing recipes actually just with the teaspoons, just so that it's not confusing for people, because I know that a lot of keto recipes out there are from the US, so their tablespoons would be 15 mils. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Is that everything? So that's everything except for the egg whites, which we're going to keep for a second, and we're just going to blend all of that together. Speed for 30 seconds, and we're going to pop this on. Conventional method. Okay, what does this thermofood and the chef recipe say next? So, scrape down and blend 10 seconds, speed 4. And drop your MC on the floor. Very important. Should I show you what that looks like? Here we go. That's pretty much done, really. Why is there an extra step in there, chef? Why bother? Make it as easy as possible. Anyway, let's just do it anyway. Scrape all the way to the bottom. That'll do. 10 more seconds. Easy. Quiet. So that looks the same. Now we're going to add in half of our whites. More seconds, speed 4. There's a bit of stuff stuck up there. Just going to get that down. That's it. So not all of it's gone in. There's still a bit in the middle, but most of it got drawn in. I'm going to add the rest of it. I think I'm supposed to do a scrape down to the bottom. Scrape down to the bottom so that if there's any almond meal mixture clumping together, you'll get all of that. And then 10 seconds. Speed 4. Oopsie. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to grab that tin now. So you can see now that almost all of that has become incorporated. It looks like cake mixture. Oh, and it is so delicious. Smells amazing. Those last few bits there that you can see, you just want to incorporate those with the spatula. You don't want to keep mixing because we want to keep as much of that air in as possible. Look at that. Oh, so good. Okay, and that's just going to go straight into the tin. We're going to just spin off the blades now to get all that extra good stuff. Blades are clean, and we'll just scrape out the remaining cake mixture so that we don't waste a drop. There's quite an art to these spatulas. Just using them to get every last bit out. All clean. I'm going to give that a wash for our icing, and I'm just going to spread that out a bit better. and pop that in the oven. That is preheated now to 150. The instructions now say 30 to 40 minutes. Now, this is why I love Thermomix recipes. Everything is so precise. With ovens, everybody's oven is different, okay? So we do get variations on the temperature. Keep an eye on it. Start checking it from 25 minutes. Give it a wobble. See if it looks like it's burning. But what you want to do is slow and long. So if it does look like it's burning, don't like whip it out really fast. Instead, turn the oven down, because most likely it'll be cooked on the outside, not on the inside, because it really needs that sort of longer time. So if you find that, you know, each time you bake one of our recipes that has oven temperatures, if you find that it's cooking much quicker, turn your oven down. It just means your oven is hotter than my oven. In it goes. Into the center of the oven if you can. Center shelf is the best place for air circulation. All right, I'm going to clean that bowl and make some icing so that it's ready. I'm not going to bother cleaning the lid, it's just got icing sugar on it. And this is why I milled the sweetener, because now I'm washing the bowl this way. It's going to be slightly wet. I mean, it's going to be damp. I'm drying it, but you know, it's when you're milling a sweetener or milling anything, the drier the bowl, the better. Okay, so for the icing, I'm going to prepare this, but I'm definitely not going to put this icing on the cake until the cake is fully cool. Another thing about the cakes, all of these cakes, is that they come out of the tin better if they're allowed to cool in the tin. I think two of the cakes are nice eaten warm, the rhubarb swirl and the donuts. So those two, maybe only let them cool 5 to 10 minutes. But all of the others, I let them cool almost fully or fully in the tin. They do sweat a little bit, but they come out. Obviously, if you're doing baking paper, it doesn't matter. You just lift out the whole baking paper if you've got it up the sides and everything. But otherwise, it is easier. So icing is, for this cake, we're doing a cream cheese, butter, cream type thing. We've got the, what did we do? 50 grams. 40 grams of sweetener that we milled earlier. We've got 150 cream cheese. I picked that magic amount because if you buy filly blocks, they're 250, and then you do 100 for the cake and the rest, so you don't have to have little bits of filly. See, I'm always thinking about you guys. 100 grams of salted butter. Half a teaspoon, I'm going to have to check. I think it's half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. Now, in this recipe, it serves to give the icing a nice lemony sort of tang. So again, if you don't have, I should be showing you as I click. Oh, here we go. Half teaspoon. If you don't have cream of tartar, use lemon juice. But for the icing, I would do a bit of zest and 1 teaspoon to 1 1/4 teaspoons of lemon to, or maybe even 2 teaspoons. Go 2. But we just want half teaspoon of cream of tartar. Level teaspoons always. And I think there's vanilla. I think it's 1 teaspoon. 2 teaspoons. Okay. So everything is in. I'm pretty sure it's 30 seconds speed 4. Sorry to keep you waiting. Oh my goodness, chef. 1 minute, speed 4. Scrape down and repeat. Done. Oh! Okay, that's looking great. Scrape down and repeat. Not really necessary. We'll do it though, because the chef told me to. This one is amazing. 3 layers. There's some lemon in the cake, and then like a lemon cheesecake, and then lemon curd. It's truly something else. Oh, this is lovely. Nice, pretty pics. Do you like our pictures? Coffee cake. Oh yeah, did you guys make the cinnamon cake? If you haven't made that, recipe is now on our website. Please make it. It's amazing. Donuts. Yummy. Oh, here we are. Oh, time's up. That's it. Oh, and icing and basics. Well, that's it. So, when your cake is out of the tin and nice and cool, spread on the icing. Add, decorations if you want. Flowers are pretty. Lemon zest. Walnuts. Lots of pretty things you can add on top, or nothing. Doesn't really need anything. It's beautiful as it is. And enjoy that, and let us know how you go, and please come to our Facebook group and share your photos with us, because we would love to see it. And tell your friends. Thanks for watching.